Welcome to BizGPT, we're AI for business. Let's start with all three data models available. BizGPT offers three different data models. They are BizCat, which is our own extensive and proprietary data set aimed at businesses. The second is MyCat, that's your own data, and we'll explain soon how you upload and manage all your data and how you index that to get accurate and clear results against your own data set. And thirdly, it's OpenAI's ChatGPT. You can mix and match all different models within a conversation. As you can see below on the screen here, we've had numerous conversations with various models, and we'll cover soon how those conversations actually occur. What are BizGPT bots? BizGPT bots bring together the data model that we outlined earlier, the parameters for the bot, such as balanced, creative, or factual, the data from your organization, and the users and groups you wish to assign to create very detailed AI searches. Let's look at how that works in practice and build a bot for your organization. Let's choose our data source first, MyCat being your own data, ChatGPT's data, or thirdly, BizCat data or our data, which is assigned to your account by default. Let's set one up from your data source and let's give the bot a name. Let's call this one the Marketing Creative Bot. We'll give it a detailed description that we can refer to later because we can build as many bots as we like within the organization. Then we'll assign the strictness that we wish to apply to the bot. In this case, let's make it creative because it's for the marketing department. We'll then assign the groups that have access to this particular bot, and in this case, it's the marketing department, and we'll outline how to set up groups later. And then we'll assign the data from your organization that makes sense to apply to this bot, and then we'll save that off. BizGPT Chat is where all the data models, AI parameters, bots, users and groups come together to build targeted, accurate outputs to improve productivity, build better data, and improve business processes. Let's start with an example of a single model chat with the branching tool. We've selected BizCat as our particular model, and we'll start a new default chat. At the bottom of the screen, we can simply type in the start of the chat, or we can use our advanced notes tool and we can actually drop data directly into the chat. The response is building from our local data. And now that we can see the results of that data and the top nodes from which the data was sourced within your own database. Let's ask a second question within the same conversation around regulations. This is the conversation tool, and the data from the preceding question will continue to add context to the conversation. In doing this, in this particular example, we'll see that we actually want to branch this because we realize that we weren't being very specific about the particular question that we asked. We have what's called our advanced branching tool. That means that we can continue this conversation as it is, or we can branch it to another conversation so that we don't lose context from the conversation that we're in. To do so, we'll go to the question that we wish to edit. We'll addend the question itself, we'll save and submit, and we'll start the second conversation known as the branching conversation. This is now adding some context which was very specific to the last question. And we can see on the side of the conversation screen, we can flick between the two branches of conversation to keep them going, creating multiple outputs. Two critical issues facing businesses when using AI are accuracy and compliance, especially when staff have access to global data models. Let's compare results using ChatGPT and your own data to highlight how BizGPT can help in dealing with these issues. In this example, we've asked the same question of ChatGPT and our own data. When asking ChatGPT the question, is paying a commission on sale of superannuation product band remuneration? Its answer, in short, is no. We gave it the context of Australia also. When we asked the same question of ChatGPT without the Australian context, it still said no. When we asked this same question of our own data, in short, the answer is yes, which is in fact correct, and it shows the resources in your own database from where this information was sourced. BizGPT helps to maintain a higher level of accuracy and compliance without losing the power of AI across your organization. Let's have a look at how you'll manage your data in BizGPT. You'll select Catalog, also known as My Cat, from the top menu, and at center of screen you'll see the parent level of the folders that you've created. At left of screen you'll see all the levels of folders down to 5 levels of folders. Selecting a folder shows at top of screen the breadcrumbs for the location of the folder. We can edit this and we can change where the folder lives within our MyCat catalog, remembering though that the bots we've created and the users and groups assigned will also then be affected by the changes that we choose to make here. And we'll give the folder a name. We can add new folders, again down to 5 levels. We can see within the folder that we're viewing that there are 2 documents. They can be renamed or deleted, and we can see that the status is trained, meaning that they are ready to be applied to a bot, which we explained earlier. To upload files is simple. One or multiple files can be uploaded simply by choosing them from your computer and dragging them across, selecting upload, and then we can see that those 2 documents at bottom of screen are in the process of being trained. When they're completed, we'll see the word trained appear and they'll be ready to be assigned to your bots. Here's how you'll manage your team in BizGPT. Under Settings, let's start with Users, and we can see our user list that we've created. We'll drill into one of those users and we can see the user's name, email address, we can reset a password, assign a user role, being user or administrator, whereby administrators can actually manage your catalog, whereas users can only use the chat functions available. And then we can assign the groups to them, which can be assigned to bots as we outlined earlier. For the user themselves, they can manage their own profile by updating their profile information, password information, setting up 2-factor authentication for security, and managing their browser sessions. Once we've set up our users, we can go and have a look at groups. Now remember that groups can be assigned to bots. We give the group a name, a description of the group, the users and the users who are contained within the group. Remembering that as we change bots and change users, we may need to change both those parameters to ensure that the right users and groups are assigned to the right bots.